Hello and welcome to episode 17 of my Salem tutorial series. This episode is going to be on preparing for a fight. First, excuse me, sorry for my cough or clearing my throat. First, notice my potion debuff is gone, and then that my humours are raising. Remember, slowly but surely. My priority has been my yellow bar. The black bile, I'm not really concerned about now. I know I told you to get them all to 10. You don't have to get them all to 10, especially not the black bile. That one is not going to be necessary to raise. In fact, I strongly encourage you to leave that one alone until we really need to increase it. I'll tell you why. We'd need to increase it if we want to learn either an inspirational or an item that we don't have enough black bile to learn, to study. So for now, forget the black bar, leave it defaulted on 5. I should have mentioned that sooner. I'm sorry, but this is the gamester. He makes mistakes. Okay, but only mild ones, and he does try to correct them. The ones we are focused on for where we're heading, which is hunting, is the yellow bile bar and the red blood bar. Now I'm going to get that to 10, and I'm going to get this to, I've got this to 10 now, and then when we can do all what we're going to do in the next few episodes, then I'm going to go out and test fighting a bunny. But I'm not going to do that until I'm ready to, until we've got the relevant skills to. This episode is the first step towards doing that, and there will be another episode to finish. I could only do so much in this episode because of the way this game works, needing necessary items. I mean, look at my pocket, for goodness sake. It's getting full because as we study, we need to eat. And of course, this all requires space. So forgive the fact that I've got a big brown square on the screen. All will become revealed. So now we will still be heading on for the cotton path, but we must first take a slight detour, because we will need an additional way to make money, and we will need skins and brains eventually. So forgive me while I sidetrack us to do a good old-fashioned bit of hunting. What will we be hunting? Well, bunnies and crickets, of course. Now back to what this episode was on. Us knocked out. Oops, I mean fighting critters. Salem is like no other game. Before we can even think about insulting a cricket or bunny, we must first have quite a few skills, so let us now work our way through them. We are going to start by working on combat skills. Then we will advance to the skills that lets us attack bunnies and crickets. And then on to skills which let us skin and butcher the bunnies. Okay, so the first skill for us to learn is self-defense, and I recommend everyone learns that in game and in the real world. Well, not really, but hey. This will unlock some combat moves, but none that we would use, as they equate to you getting knocked out because they drain too much humour on each use. So let's start with the learning the self-defense skill. We will need 100 cloak and dagger. So let's find the self-defense first. Okay, there it is. Notice it's white. We will need 100 cloak and dagger and 250 sparks and embers. We will use 1 flaming pine cone to learn this skill. Okay, so there's a new item I've not shown you how to do, so let's get busy doing it. Okay, we're going to go over here to my campfire, which cunningly enough I've already filled with fuel, because your time is too precious for an idiot like me to waste. So we right click on the fire. Okay, now we're going to light it. Remember, we're going to use a tinder and drill, so just right click on the fire. And you may fail, so have lots of tinder and drills ready. Like I said in previously, have a basket full. Okay, but we was lucky. Now, in order to make the flaming pinecone, you will, of course, need a lit fire. Hence why we have a lit fire. Next, you will need some pine cones, funnily enough. Left click on a pine cone to pick it up. Right click on the fire. Now, before I do this, let's check my notes, because I've got a bad habit of not reading the notes and then missing information that will be necessary for you to know. Okay, so once you have the pine cone, right click the fire, see the timer go up, and bang, we now have a flaming pine cone. Right click on it, left click study. Now I want you to keep your eye on this flaming pine cones and see what happens. So let's pull it over there out the way, keep your eye on it, and let's bring up the skills window. Okay, we can now learn self-defense. So let's buy it. Okay, so we have that self-defense, the first step on our long path of many paths. They're all going somewhere. Where they're going, the gamester's not sure, but we'll get somewhere in the end. Anyway, right, okay, enough waffling. Let's get back to what I'm doing. That has now unlocked the skill we needed to be able to effectively... okay, no, jumping ahead of myself. Okay, so we've learnt that skill. That has now unlocked the next skill which we need to learn, which is back alley pugilism. Notice it is red. Here's where the fun begins. Okay. So that has now unlocked the skill we needed to be able to effectively kill bunnies. No, it hasn't. I think I'm going mad. Either that or my notes are just so messed up. I don't know why. Maybe it's getting late. No, surely there's another good couple of episodes in me for tonight, so let's try. Anyway, so that's the skill we now need to learn. The point is, the question is, where can I read my notes from? So we will now learn this skill, back alley pugilism. The reason we want to learn it is so we can effectively kill bunnies and crickets. This will unlock the best combat move we can use, which is the roundhouse kick. It uses very little yellow bile and is perfect for killing crickets and bunnies. Before we can learn this skill, we will need to raise our cloak and dagger proficiency to 1000. We will use flaming pine cones. Notice they're gone. Do you remember the flaming pine cones? Did you keep your eyes on it like I asked you to? I bet you didn't. So there we are, you're now in trouble. Okay, let's eat a bit of fruit because we're lacking somewhat. So let's eat that. There you go, that puts these all back up. So the moral of this story is, when you light pine cones... Oh, stop jumping from my notes, for goodness sake. Now, what was my notes going to say? Right, so before we can learn this skill, excuse me, sorry, back alley pugilism, we will need to raise our cloak and dagger proficiency to 1000. We are going to use flaming pine cones. Be warned, when you make flaming pine cones, they will perish after a few minutes. So use them quickly and make them one at a time. So that's why I got you to keep your eye on the flaming pine cone, to notice that it just disappears. I guess when they cool down, they're gone. So we're going to need to light many more pine cones. What we're going to do is we're going to do it quickly. We're going to do the pine cone, study it, eat, study, eat, study, eat, as much as we can, as quick as we can, because we got 4, remember, so it's very economical. Okay, and we've got so much inspiration, we need to burn through it, because you're wasting your inspiration, aren't you, unless I give you a load of skills to burn it up. Okay, so what we're going to do then is make another flaming pine cone and get our skill that we need, which is cloak and dagger, to 1000. Before that, we will quickly jump up our blood because it's just enabled. Oh, I do love it when we don't get that half thing come up. There we go, my blood's now at 8 and my yellow bile is at 10. I'm going to get my blood to 10 before I get myself knocked out by trying to fight a bunny. Deciding whether to show you me getting knocked out. Anyway, we'll see. If you want to see me getting knocked out, leave it in the comment. I wouldn't surprise me if you did. Anyway, so where was I in the notes? I keep wandering off on such tangents. Okay, so we need to get our cloak and dagger to 1000 and our law and law to 600 and our law and law to 1000 and our sparks and embers to 600. So let's do some cloak and dagger with the flaming pine cone. So here we go. Let's get started. Right, so we have that. Now we're going to study and eat as quick as we can. Okay, so what am I going to eat? Oh, let's eat one of these. No, let's eat one of these. Oh, goodness sake, they're all going to go before I get the chance. Right, now we have to wait for this to go up, our black bile. We don't mind, it's only low value food. Now, we have got 400, so we need to study one more. Now we raise the cloak and dagger. Now we study another one. Now we eat. We wait for it to go back up. Now we study the last one. Now we can raise our cloak and dagger again. We've now met the objective for the skill. Notice it's now white. So we now have 1000 of this, 1000 of this, and 600 of that. Okay, so then, what do we need to use to get all these skills up? Let me just check. So, to learn back alley pugilism skill, we are now going to use flaming pine cones to get our cloak and dagger to 1000. And we are going to use 3 lumberwood figurines. So let's show you. I know I've shown you already, but let's show you again to keep it all contained in this episode. So to make the lumberwood figurines, go to craft, go to inspirationals, go to toys, and it's this one here. Remember of the weird looking lumberwood teddy bear, whatever it is, figurine. Click on that. You will notice that we are going to need 2 scales, 3 branches and a log. There we are. So let's just craft. Let's craft one first of all. I can't remember how many you get for each one. Okay, so you get 2. Right, okay, let's just craft them all. Why not? At least we know we'll have enough. Okay, I'm short of pine cones. Let's see if we got enough. How much do we get? Let's have a look at this. Right, okay, so this we need for the law and law. We get 350 per use, so we need to use 3 of them. So we have enough. Wow, the game actually did something in his life that was right for once, and that will be a first. Okay, let's now learn this new skill. Sparks and embers, by the way, will be got up as well by the flaming pine cones. So what we're going to do, let's make another flaming pine cone, get our skills up and get busy. So we're going to study. We're now going to eat. We're going to wait for our food black bile to go up. We're going to study again. We're going to eat. We're going to study it again. Okay, that's done our cloak and dagger. Now we're going to do our law and law. Sparks and embers is done. We only need to do law and law. And that can rot. Okay, so let's study the lumberwood figurine. Let's study it again. Let's, can I study again? Yeah, there we go. Right, let's buy back alley pugilism. Notice down here it says, to the unscrupulous fighter, rules appear to have been made for breaking. Back alley pugilism gives you new attacks for use in unarmed combat. Oh yeah, baby, this is exactly the fighting skill we needed to open up and unlock a load of fun. So let's buy it. Right, okay, let's check my notes and see what I wanted to waffle to you about. Talk to you about. Okay, we now have the right combat move to take out bunnies and crickets, but we first need to learn the small game hunting skill in order to fight them and kill them. But to unlock that skill, we must first learn the skill bug hunting. So if we look, fortunately it's white up here, bug hunting. We now need to learn this skill, because whilst we have the combat move, so let's show you it. If we go to here, combat, and we go to attacks, you'll see we have this wonderful, beautiful skill called roundhouse kick. Left click and drag it to your number 1 slot. So it appears there in your hotbar. Okay, there we are. These skills, forget them. They use too much. That one we will be using, uppercut, when we get to beavers. But that's a long way off. And we're going to have a lot of fun in the meantime. I kid you not. But we will be using that at some point. In fact, let's just pull it down here for now. I'll pull it as about number 3. Oh. Okay, if you drop one there, to get rid of it, right click and then just do it again to the right place. So I'm going to put that in number 3. Okay, let's go back. So now we need to learn bug hunting. Right, let's have a look at my notes. To learn bug hunting, we will need 200 flora and fauna and 525 hunting and hide working. To achieve this, we will use 2 grass whistles. I will show you how to do grass whistles. Let's just check though. My hunting and hide working, yep, I have enough to do this. So to make the grass whistles, left click on craft, left click on inspirationals, left click on toys, and there you go, grass whistle, left click. You will notice that we now need reeds and grass. That was why my pocket is full of reeds and grass. And this is where my problem lay with knowing how much to have in this episode, because I didn't know how many of these we're going to go through to do what we need to do. So I thought the best way is just to do it. Right, okay, so let's craft, you know what, let's just craft them all. And let's eat while we're crafting, because remember, you can eat while you craft. Okay, we're getting lots of lovely grass whistles. These are fantastic. These are like the Lumberwood figurines. You will find certain inspirationals are just totally amazing for learning all what you need to. And most certainly, the grass whistles and Lumberwood figurines are the way to go inspirational wise. There are other items we use, as you can see, but I'm trying to show you the easiest path. Now you'll be near water, I'm hoping, because you listened to the gamester and he told you to get near water. So by being near water, you'll be near reeds, and grass is abundant everywhere. So right, we have the grass whistles. You now know, I've now reminded you how to make them. Let's have a look then at my notes. Excuse me. First, we have to increase our hunting and hide working proficiency to 1300. Then we can learn the skill. Right, okay, so let's get busy doing that. So we want to get hunting and hide working to 1300. Notice each grey whistle will give us 450, so we will need 900, so we'll need 3 of, oh no, what am I talking about? Yeah, we will need 3, I believe. Right, so let's start studying. So right click, study, get a nice little whistle sound, study, let's eat. Oh yeah, we're chewing through the food. Oh, there you go. Only needed twice. We now have bug hunting. So it isn't. Sorry, I was jumping ahead of myself. Looking at my notes, I'm reading like a lunatic, like an idiot. I was reading the wrong bit. So we have enough for the bug hunting. Let's click buy. Okay, we are now ready to unlock the skill small game hunting. To do this, we will need 500 flora and fauna and 1300 hide working. We will use lots of grass whistles to achieve this. So my apologies, I jumped ahead of ourselves. On that last skill, we only needed 200 flora and fauna and 525 hunting and hide working. So that's done now anyway. So now we need to get 1300 hunting and hide working. So we need to raise our proficiency up twice. So to do that, it's grass whistle time. Let's right click, study, right click, study, eat. Okay, and now increase. Okay, now we need to raise it up once more. So let's find the skill that we're talking about. Yep, there's lots of skills appearing now, isn't there? It's that one there. Okay, hunt small game hunting. That's what we need. And if you read over here, it says small game hunting allows you to catch and attack small animals. I certainly hope none of you have tried attacking bunnies or crickets up until this episode, because if you have, you're going to be knocked out. Right, okay, so let's carry on with the grass whistles. So, right click, study, right click, study, and we need to do a third time, study. Oops, we need to eat. So, let's eat. Let's now study. Let's now raise hunting and hide working. And now, if we look, small game hunting is white. So now we can learn it. So what we need to do now, let's just check my notes to see what it is how we're going to do this. Okay, so it appears if I look at this, we will get both with the, we will be able to do it with grass whistles. I knew there was a reason why I got a pocket full of them. Okay, so let's start studying them. You see how fantastic these grass whistles are? They are absolutely brilliant. For early game, they are so simple to make and they give us all we need. Okay, we study and we need to study again. Oops, let's try again. Okay, we can now buy small game hunting. Let's eat to top our food back up. Okay, let's check my notes. Okay, now we can kill bunnies, but we cannot skin them yet. To be able to do this, we must now learn the skill hide working. That will allow us to skin the bunnies and put the hides on a drying rack. And you've guessed it, we can start making even more money selling them skins. I know they're not worth a lot, but in the early days, until we can start getting cotton planted, it's a considerable way. The money soon adds up. With foraging and selling skins, you will be keeping your claim easily in the money. So, to learn the hide working skill, we will need 300 hammer and nails, 1625 hunting and hide working, and 500 needle and thread. Okay, so we have the hammer and nails proficiency already. Let's find the skill quickly so I can show you what I'm talking about. So if we look down this list now, it's getting bigger and bigger, the list, as we unlock. Here's hunting and hide working. Again, our hunting and hide working proficiency is not enough. We need to raise it twice more. And guess what we're going to use to do that? Yep, grass whistles. Let's hope we've got enough, because I've only got 4 stacks left. And I don't think there's any more reeds nearby, and I don't want to waste your time. But let's see how far we can get. If I don't manage to do it, I will carry on in the next episode. Okay, let me check my notes. Okay, so we're going to do these grass whistles. Let's see if we can, how well we do. So let's study. Let's study. Let's study. Oh, no, we need to eat. Wait for the black bile to get back up. Let's study. Okay, we can now raise it once. One more time and we are there. I don't know if I've got enough. As the game goes. Right, so let's study. Let's eat. See, this is all fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love this. All the time I'm not even showing you all the stuff that we're starting to unlock in the game. You know, I'm just staying with our blinkers on, just eyes focused on the objective. But I mean, I could say to you, wow, when you start going into all these menus now, well, not that one, when you start going into the menus, you're going to start seeing all new items opening up in all sorts of areas. Oh, look at that, we can now make, oh no, that's spoiling it, because that's another episode, and it's a very good one. Anyway, I'm waffling, let's carry on. So, study the grass whistle, and study again. Oh, we need one more. Oh, look at that. We're going to be one short, I believe. Anyway, let's see. Nah, what the heck. I'll see if I can find another reed. I'm sure I didn't use them all up in this part of the world. It may be a little walk, but it won't take long. Right, study that. Okay, let's raise the skill. Oh yeah, now if we look, it's turned white. We've now unlocked. We can now learn hide working. We just need to get our skills up. Okay, let me check my notes. Okay, to do this, we will need grass whistles, 1 smooth stone, and 1 abandoned cobweb in order to learn hide working. So let's start studying. Study. Let's eat something. Let's study again. Wait for the black bile to go up. I keep seeing it as food, but it's not. It's black bile. Let's see if we can study again. And, oh, I have got enough. How fantastic is that? Let's eat. Okay, let's study. Okay, so we now have the hunting and hide working. We also have the thread and needle, so we don't need to study the abandoned cobweb like I said a moment ago. The only thing we need to now get up is the hammer and nails. Where are the hammer and nails? There. So in order to do that, we can... Oh, what's he doing? Oh, I had the skill set. I don't know why I was using it. Okay, now we need 1 smooth stone. Now, I know I've got some, and yes, I should have put 1 in my pocket, but there we are. Didn't take long. Okay, let's now study that because it will give us hammer and nails 350. And guess what? We only need 300, so let's study that. And there we are. We can now buy hide working. Notice we've chewed through 100 inspiration. I hope you're keeping your eye on that. But don't worry, when we go to sleep tonight, we'll get 100,000 back. So that puts us back up. Excuse me, sorry for my cough. Okay, let me now check my notes and see where we've got to. Okay, by learning hide working, this has now unlocked a new world of joying crafting and making money. Firstly, we can now skin the bunnies, so we will get a hide from the bunnies when we kill them. And also we can now upgrade our purse to a snakeskin purse, which will hold 750 silver. Yay! But we will first need 2 dried timber rattler skins that we will find in order to do this. So you're not going to go fighting snakes, because if you do, you're going to go getting knocked out. What you will do is search all of the logs that you find in your local areas as you travel around. You will find 2 dried rattler snake skins, and then you will be ready, and I will show you how to do that once I find 2 myself. I've been too busy selling them to realise that we were going to get there. Anyway, let's eat. Get my food back up. Right, okay. I will call the episode here, as I do not know how many grass whistles I'm going to need to get to the last skill so we can butcher the bunnies. Because we are next going to need to learn a skill which will allow us to butcher them. Oh, look at that, right on the timer. Okay, so wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Goodbye.